Hello, welcome to Captain Commander 101. Today we're going to go over actually farming materials now that we've gone over how to get them. This will include what farmers to use, what supports to use, where to get certain things, what things drop from stages. Characters require a few items, obviously, to evolve. That includes Orihalcums, Dragon Balls, Bloods, stuff like that. Farming will help a lot with getting better characters for other game modes in general, not just PvE. Farming characters do not affect the rate at which hidden treasures drop from story levels, so if you were planning to get pirate cores to get gold treasures, yeah. Orhalcums can be farmed in weekly stages. Pulver Tower grants all types of Orhalcums, but at lower rates, so it's usually not worth it to farm there. You can also get Dragon Balls when doing these stages sometimes. Tears of Holy Beasts and Catbulls drop in the Grim Reaper stage. Night Dew and Death Fuel drops high amounts of scraps to be turned into weapon points for alchemy, mainly rare Gacha tickets. You may find these stages in the salvage section by other players. What makes a good farmer? Good farming attackers have a 200% plus treasure rate and usually AoE. Some don't have AoE and those have other uses. Tacklers usually have low treasure rates and not AoE and are obviously not good in Night Dew. Meat shields are your substitutes for tacklers. Using treasure rate tacklers is a noob trap. You should be using mages and chargers without weapons. Weapon choice, support characters, and team formation buffs will up your rates considerably. Night Dew. The way you get scraps from the stage is the mini skeletons that appear in the boss area. You want something that can. You want a strategy that kills the mini skeletons before the skeleton queens and skeleton hero because the mini skeletons are what drops the scraps. AoE is necessary to kill these mini skeletons. Generally, you need some sort of AoE that can consistently deal with the mini skeletons and at least some game plan to kill the skeleton queens afterwards if your AoE does not have the DPS. Grim Reaper stage, the boss is the Stasserhone, and that has a set chance to drop tears or Catbulls. The main thing is that if there's a 40% chance that Grim Reaper appears, and that also has a chance of dropping tears and Catbulls, but it's a lot harder as a boss. You need critical hits to deal damage to him, and he can easily kill your front line. You would want a consistent source of DPS that can crit often, that includes archers, and you can super buff your pirate core and gun it down that way. But I'd recommend archers or a Clarion Tort with a Zeus Storm. So your bread and butter is going to be pirate cores. Great hitbox, good enough stats, good TR, good size for supports. That's also a factor in choosing your attackers. The meta is that you use fourth form and third form pirate core for your farming team. Mages, these can be supplementary DPS to Pirate Core. They usually don't have great DPS, but they can deal with peons like Queen Slimes, I guess. These tend to be seasonal exclusives, unlike Pirate Core, so keep that in mind. Shikyoku. This may be surprising, but she is very good for giving you cat pal for farming teams because there are a few expensive things you want to summon early, and this woman helps with that. You do not want a weapon on her though, because she has no treasure rate, and producing cat pal is her only job. Adro EX is more damage oriented than Pirate Core, which is a good and bad thing. She can't deal with the mini skeletons as well as Pirate Core, but she can deal with very, very strong enemies in Chaos difficulties or Halcom stages. Treasure Rate archers, good single target damage. Matsuri and Death God Pessimin have bows that match their type, which really helps with dealing enough damage for stronger enemies. Matsuri is a pretty normal archer, so she's primarily used for dealing single target DPS and not clearing clusters of enemies. Pessimine is melee oriented after a set amount of time, which can be good in protecting your long ranged attackers. Team formation buffs can be nice to add to your team. They vary in usefulness. For example, Reindeer is a pretty competent treasure farmer in of himself. Meanwhile, Prima is complete garbage, excluding the team formation buff. Azazela is normally not very useful outside of her team formation buff, but she can equip Cattrall Badge to help. Meat shields. What do you use for meat shields? Stuff with high HP, good enough mobility, as in speed and knockback time. Chaos is a pretty solid example of this. She has low knockback time, low knockback distance. She floats above mini skeletons, which is primarily a good thing. And she has good enough HP. On top of her alt supports these guys are going to be a large chunk of your treasure rates. This includes Myrna, Swarmirna, and maybe one or two others that aren't listed here. If you're really willing to shell money out for this game, you can buy Academy Mallet, which is a pretty good farming support in general. My dream team for farming would be Shikyoku, Chaos, or a Defend Charger if needed, 2 pirate ships, 2 Myrna, 2 Summer Myrna, and 2 other units, which may be Azazela and Reindeer for additional AoE. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video and found it helpful, please sub, and if I got anything wrong or if I missed anything, you can feel free to comment. Thank you, and see you in the next video.